I've been drifting, losing focus. I can't sleep at night no more. Instead I lay in my bed, counting off all these regrets.
Look at that.
Sun starts speaking, I say, pray again. Maybe I'll be somebody else if I were.
Okay, how I got started in music. I never really thought I would be a musician, like a singer. I guess I wanted to be a vet first and foremost, but my mind is science no day, so I couldn't do that. But my grandmother put me in piano lessons, in ballet, in tap, in choirs, and that was sort of like a rich kind of, I don't know, immersive kind of learning that I didn't realize was gonna impact me so heavily later in life. My mother, you know, herself, growing up, she would play Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald, a lot of Bessie, Erykah Badu, and so I didn't realize that like my palette was kind of like being formed as I was aging. And then one day my mom was like, I was singing in the car with her. I tell this story all the time. I was sitting in the car with my mom, we're driving down the Tema motorway, and she's like, I was singing Tomorrow, at the song from Annie, and she's like, she stopped the car, like she parked the car on the side of the Tema motorway and said, "You've got a true voice." I had no idea what that meant. She's like, you can sing things exactly as you've heard them. But I didn't think that was like special until like I started trying to mimic. So I'd listen to like Destiny's Child and I'd mimic them and I'd be like, that wasn't so hard, you know? And so then I realized that I actually felt comfortable in song, and I've always written poetry. And so then I started turning my poems into songs, and then eventually it started feeling very natural to me. I would just like wake up in the middle of the night and write a song. And so I would categorize my music as, I like to say I write about familiar pains, very vulnerable music, but also from a place of soul. There's a lot of R&B, there's a lot of neo soul. I've been calling it Afro soul lately because I've been using a lot of West African drumming. But now I can't see myself really doing anything else. Music is kind of like my blood. What did I most miss about, Banko and Okro, that's what I missed from being home. I missed being very close to my grandmother. She raised me, even though my mom is around, my grandmother was very much the mom when my mom was working. And so I missed home. I miss like being able to just like go sit in her room, sit on her bed, ask her for advice, following her to choir practice, because my grandmother, 85 years old, and is still singing in the Red Church choir. So that I missed the most. It was the family. It was the feeling that you get when you're around people that love you unconditionally. I missed being surrounded by my family. That's what I get. Right now the States is going through a pretty ridiculous time. While I was living there, I was fortunate to live in cities like New York and like Los Angeles that are very progressive, even though there can be certain pockets of those cities that can have a little bit of racism and discrimination. But I was leaving at a very interesting time. The election had just happened, and feelings were raw, and you could sense it, you could feel it. And right now, like my grandma saying, America's burning. There's a lot that was already wrong, and I feel like all his win did was kind of bring everything to light. My mom said America just took a mirror and put it up to themselves, and it's unfortunate, but it does kind of help those of us who want to come back home because it gives us more of an incentive to leave. Yeah, it's a crazy time, but I believe in love. I'm a little bit of a hippie, so I say if you love them, now it's gonna get you through. But I don't know. He's a Cheeto man. Donald Trump is a Cheeto man, and I don't think he loves anything but himself and money. So, sorry, America.
Little girl, you don't gotta face your dark days alone. There's light on the other side.